The truth is out there. Paranormal activity. The government denies evidence.
What's the other one?
Did I say I want you to believe? I want you to
Did I
believe.
say that?
The truth is out there.
Truth is out there. Paranormal activity. Government denies thing.
Gillian Anderson.
There's another one.
Gillian Anderson. David Duchovny.
I don't know how long I want to go for.
I'm your dad.
Welcome to Dave's World. The cat just scratched the fuck out of my back. Thanks, Ripley. Anyway, let's see here. Janice, how are the levels? How are the levels, Janice? Are they all right? Okay. All right. I don't know. So I guess we're just going to do this. Welcome to Dave's World. This is Justin. Corey's not here right now. He might be here later. He's at the hospital visiting Dave. So he's left it in my hands to interview our guests today, which I'll get to in a minute. Ignore that. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well here on this Thursday evening. You know what? Why don't we just get to it now? Today on the show we have...
No, don't let me stand in your way here.
You're not standing in my
I
way.
don't want to be in the way or anything.
You know,
Go do your show, your cat show.
This isn't a cat show.
Do the cat
This
show
isn't
with
a
the
cat
cat,
show.
with the cat scratching you.
There are cats in here, but this isn't a cat show. This is a comedy podcast. Comedy. Yeah. Comedy.
Well, I don't write comedy novels.
All right, so we have Rick Scarlett here in the living room. He is a horror author.
Renowned horror author.
And I guess he has... I guess the only reason why he would be doing this is I guess he has some new books out. Or
Got
something
2
happening.
books coming out, Bruce.
My name's not Bruce. My name's Justin.
Thank you, Bruce.
For those who aren't... who are kind of confused, I think Rick Scarlett is also confused because he's thinking that I'm Bruce, the person who interviewed him 5 years ago.
You've got a familiar demeanor about you, Bruce.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you go back and listen to the show we posted, did we post that? I wonder. I don't even remember. Yeah. It should be on the Dave's World site and on iTunes and stuff like that. We posted an interview from 2010 with Rick Scarlett. Interviewed by a man named Bruce, who was not me.
That wasn't you.
No, it was on a public radio station.
Most of the people I do interviews with on the radio are named Bruce.
Right.
There's Bruce Tremblay. I did an interview with Bruce Valanche a couple of years back.
Okay. I don't know those people, but I'll take your word for it.
You're telling me you're on a comedy podcast, you don't know who Bruce Valanche is?
That's what I just
The
said.
king of comedy.
I'll have to look him up.
He's the absolute king of comedy. No arguments.
Well, I'm familiar with the kings of comedy.
Don't argue with me. No arguments.
not arguing,
He's the
I'm
king
just
of
saying.
comedy. Singular.
Did he have a movie about him?
He may have.
All right. Well, I'll look that up. Okay, so, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll just get into it.
Well, do what you were going to do before.
I know, you know what?
Coffee.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Do your intro and your Zoo Crew bonanza. Play your fart
This is
sound
not the Zoo Crew.
effects.
No, this
and,
isn't the Zoo Crew.
Call somebody with a prank. And
That wasn't us. So you have listened to the show, yet you're still calling me Bruce. You're still calling me by the wrong name.
I do many morning radio shows. I know how it goes.
Right.
I know this is the evening, but you have that same kind of familiar demeanor. It's very unprofessional in here. You've got cats running all over the place. This coffee is barely warm. I just assume it's the same quality program as a morning Zoo Crew radio show would be. So go ahead, do the fake weather and traffic like you're in a helicopter, but we know you're not. Do it all, and I'll just let me know when you're ready. I'll be here.
That's good to know. I don't even remember what I was going to do. You've got me completely turned around. I don't even know.
Well, check your notes.
Let's see.
You've got notes, haven't you?
Actually, I don't have any notes. All of the notes pertain to an interview with you.
Those sound like good notes.
We don't really do many notes on the show. I've got this story here on BBC America from the Graham Norton show. Apparently, those are the same thing.
Now, the thing is, I think this is comforting. People,
Who's in here?
young actors out there.
Who's in here?
Graham Norton's in here.
Where is he? I've got a
He's
phone
not-
to pick with
Because
Hang on, 1 second.
although the success was very fast and everything, not all the auditions went that brilliantly.
I know.
in the
It's
beginning.
Graham Norton
Do you know the one I'm
interviewing Meryl
talking
Streep.
about?
No.
Why are we? You're interviewing me.
Well, maybe it did go
No,
brilliantly.
hang on.
The
She's
one
too ugly
with
for King
Dino
Kong, it
Dolores.
says. I gotta find out what this means.
Auditioning, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, that was for King Kong.
This is really running off the rails.
Not for
for the
King.
girl.
Yeah, for the girl.
Basically, the whole story is that Meryl Streep is too ugly for King Kong.
She's very homely.
She's not very... What are
She's
you talking
incredibly
about?
homely.
Are you thinking of King Kong?
Yes, I'm thinking of King Kong.
Okay, well, all right. Well, yes, King Kong is very homely.
Exactly. Disgusting.
I thought it was a he.
Could never make love to King Kong.
I thought that King Kong was a he because he was after that lady.
I've never gotten close enough to check. But you'll know,
I don't think anybody has.
if you notice, when you watch the films, you never see a penis and testicles dangling. So who knows?
I don't.
I mean, there's so much hair
Yeah,
down there. But you never know.
he could be impotent.
He could be everything.
Could be a lesbian gorilla.
Could be a lesbian gorilla with every part that a lesbian gorilla would want,
Right.
including the big part in King Kong.
All right. You know what? I don't really have anything else planned here, so let's just get into this. All right. So your name is Rick Scarlett.
I am Rick Scarlett.
Okay. And you write books.
I write novels. Horror novels.
You write horror books.
Novels. Say it with me. Novels.
Fiction horror books.
You're really testing me here. I'm about to jump across this table and
All
slap
right.
you
You
like King Kong.
write novels. Okay. Apparently, I don't know. And you said you have 2 novels coming out?
I have 2 novels.
Because the last
coming
time I feel like we heard from you, you had 3 books coming out at the
Yeah.
same time, and then before that you had another 3 books at the same time. Why do you release so many books at the same
I've
time?
got so much inside of me I need to get out.
But have
I
you
don't want to
ever?
release them in one book. That would be such a large book. It would scare people off.
But it would save on paper and money.
How would it save on paper? It's the same number of pages.
No, there's
just
more
adding a
books though.
different
You're
cover.
you're. Yeah, but the cover itself is.
How do you know I don't use recycled
You could at least
papers?
stagger them. I don't know. I've never read one of your books. I'm going into this cold.
You're interviewing me on your comedy radio.
First of all,
cast,
this
and
wasn't
you've
my
never-
idea. This was Corey's idea. I'm just here doing this.
Well, I'm very
And
great
we-
friends with him, and I'm
that's
glad
good.
that he signed me up for this.
Well, we're happy to have
Speaking
you
of
here.
which, where's my check?
We'll get to that later.
I always get paid up front, but I'll make an exception this time.
Okay. Well, that's good.
A lot has changed since the last time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tell me about what's been going on with you since.
Well, after my last interview, I divorced with my wife,
okay.
with whom your listeners might be familiar with, who I would have incredible amounts of sex with to get the creative juices flowing for my stories.
Okay.
We are now divorced and no longer in love. She got everything, of course, and I was left with nothing. Not that I had all that much to begin with. But we did have a pretty modest ranch home and a 1997 Plymouth Prowler, and she got those.
Okay.
So I was forced out of my home, and my bank account was nearly depleted after paying lawyer fees, and I found myself in a dingy studio apartment in Swan River, Manitoba, between the Duck Mountains and the Porcupine Hills.
Okay.
I don't know how I got there. I don't remember
Well, you
packing
don't
my
know how you got
bags.
there? No,
I've
sorry,
prepared.
I'm interjecting.
I've
I'm sorry.
prepared
Go
my
ahead.
story here.
Go ahead.
I don't know how I got there.
Wait, are you reading? You reading? What? Are you reading this?
No, it's in my brain, but you
Oh,
rehearsed in
okay.
your head how you're going to talk on the radio.
All right. Okay. How'd you know I was? Go ahead.
Because any good interviewer says what's been
Yeah,
going on.
no. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Go ahead.
Amateur hour.
Go ahead.
I don't know how I got there, to answer your question. I don't remember packing my bags or getting in a car. I don't remember crossing the border. All I remember is going from a happy, married life to complete darkness before waking up on a wooden cabin floor looking straight up at ceiling beams. But it suited me. A cabin alone on the lake. Nobody to be seen for miles. Alone and empty, just like me. At first, I just sat there for hours. I don't even know if I slept or ate.
Okay, all right, wait.
Just sitting alone
Where is this going?
in a wobbly chair, staring out of the window into the murky Swan River.
All right. It was.
In those early days, I often wondered how the river got its name. Was it a river full of not water, but swans?
What?
If I flew high enough into the sky, would I see its elaborate twists and turns form the shape of a swan? I feared I would never know. And then one day they came. And with it, the inspiration for the first novels I would write in 7 years. Next question.
Okay, I have a few questions. Do you ever speak like candidly, or do you always prepare what you're going to say?
That was incredibly candid. That was a look into the insides of Rick Scarlet.
Okay. Well, it just seems like something that you prepared earlier.
I like to come prepared. You don't have notes. I have notes. Mental notes.
All right, sure. No, that's fine. Hey, I'm not a writer.
Sorry, I'm more of a pro than you are.
I guess so. I'm not a writer. I don't know how you. I don't know how.
This isn't my medium, but I've also already shown you how to do your own job.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Well. So you said you're in. You're in Manitoba? You were living in Manitoba.
Swan River.
Unemployed in Manitoba.
Swan River, Manitoba.
And you don't know how
I'm not unemployed. I'm an author.
You don't know how you got there.
No idea. I just woke up.
So you were there for a while, right?
I guess. Who knows?
Okay. So that's what you've been up to, is you've been hanging out in Swan River, Manitoba.
I've been getting my wits about me. I went through a terrible divorce. I lost everything.
Okay. So you said this inspired the new books.
Yes.
Okay.
My first 2 novels in 7 years.
Okay.
Lucky number.
First of all...
Whoa. Elbowed the wall.
Okay.
It's very close.
Yeah, be careful. It's very small in here.
It's a very small room.
You said the first book in 7 years, but you released a trilogy in 2010 or 2011. Last we heard from you in 2010, 5 years ago, you had a trilogy coming out, and I believe you had another trilogy coming out at another interview after that, which we didn't post. But that's 6 books you've written in the past 5 years.
Look, I told you, I don't know how long I was in Swan River. This is just a rough estimate.
Well, you were... When did you get divorced?
What year is it right now?
It's 2015.
When was my last interview?
I think it was 2011? Or the summer of 2010. So you were in Swan River for 5 years.
At
Almost
least
5 years.
In my
Not even
in my
5
mind's
years.
eye, it says 7 years.
Okay, all right. Sometimes 4.5 years can feel like
Who
7.
knows what happens up there?
It's like a Tuesday can feel like a Thursday.
Sometimes.
So, so you're releasing 2 books at the same time.
Yes.
Are they related at all?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not just like 2 different stories.
No.
So
They are 2 different stories. Related.
Okay. Is it like a part 1 and a part 2?
No.
Or is it like not to compare you to Stephen King, though I've heard that before.
Well,
I'm not comparing you to Stephen King at all.
I appreciate the comparison.
I'm not. I'm
It's
just
the
using this
highest
as an
of
example.
honors.
Like
Thank you.
Desperation and The Regulators were the same story, but in 2 parallel universes, but had some interwoven themes and characters. Is it like that, or is it like, Ghostbusters 1 and then Ghostbusters 2?
You're not much of a radio personality, but you sure know your horror novels.
I do.
There are 2 stories in the same universe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How do you know which one do you read first?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but is there like an order we should read them in, or should we get to that after
Well, they're not so related that they need to be read in any particular order, but they exist within the same universe.
Okay. And what universe is that?
the universe of Swan River.
So they take place in Manitoba.
In a version of Swan River.
Okay.
A version crafted in my own demented mind.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that about sums up what you've been doing. And
Yes.
I have some other questions for you, but maybe we should hear an excerpt from. Would you feel comfortable reading something from the book?
I would feel more
What's
than comfortable.
the name of this book?
The first book is called Swan Shiver. What's that noise? What's that noise mean?
What?
You went...
No, what? No, the window is open.
Oh, it is breezy in this small room.
I'll shut it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You do your show how you do
Okay, it might get real windy in here.
Okay, well, it might get, because these stories are chilling. Are you ready for me?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. It takes a lot out of me.
Yeah,
reading
no,
these
yeah.
sometimes.
I know it takes you a while.
I awoke to a clatter and
Wait. You woke to a clatter?
would you stop interrupting me?
Sorry, go ahead.
I awoke to a clatter and quickly I rose to see what was the matter.
Wait.
I'm reading my story here.
It's just okay. I feel like
Save your questions.
All right.
I woke to a clatter and quickly I rose to see what was the matter. I was used to the foggy nights on Swan River, but never had the fog permeated the walls of my cabin. No, not these walls, made from the strongest and proudest of southern Manitoba maple. If the wood didn't stop the fog, then the pure maple syrup exuding from the beams of my home surely would. On this night, however, I found that neither of those statements were true. As I rolled out of bed, I reached out in front of myself, attempting to part the fog, like a silken curtain hanging between myself and the answer to every question I could ever want to know. Behind that fog, though, were no answers. Just more questions. I made my way through and came to the front door. I picked up my handy flashlight and opened the door, the fog barreling into my home and nearly knocking me off of my feet. I flicked the flashlight on and shone its brightness ahead of me. It pierced through the dense night, and that's where I saw it. Rising out of the bog like demons from beyond the grave were hundreds, nay thousands of swans. They were armed to the beak with weapons the likes of which I had never seen before. Crafted by their tiny webbed feet, crude instruments of destruction, like sharp, pointed rocks affixed... Takes a lot out of me. I'm getting emotional. Sharp, pointed rocks affixed to the ends of long sticks. Sharpened pine cones attached to the end of long sticks. And long, sharpened sticks attached to the ends of long sticks. They hadn't come for me. They had come to take back the river. And I was standing in their way. And that's just a sample.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were done. I thought it was your character.
No, that's just a sample. That took a lot out of me.
Yeah, I could tell.
Swan Shiver.
So, basically, the book, the killer swans with sticks.
With crudely formed weapons.
Wow.
Many of which are fashioned to long sticks. As you heard in this last
Right.
piece. Sharp, pointed rocks affixed to the end of long sticks. Sharpened pine cones attached to the end of long sticks. Sharpened sticks attached to the end of long sticks.
You know, they say if you've heard this one before, if you heard a song, feel like you've heard a song before,
Right.
that's probably a folk song. I don't know if you can say the same thing for this story. It seemed very familiar to me.
I've never heard a story like this in my life.
Okay, no, just parts of it just seem familiar.
Like
but,
what? Tell me one part.
It's not important.
Tell me one part.
I think we should take a break.
I like the criticism.
Yeah, we'll get to the. I have some criticism for you.
Okay,
I
I'm
do,
ready.
and we'll get to it.
I've got a thick
just a minute.
skin.
Okay, here. We'll give you a little bit before the break here. So I found a review online of one of your last trilogies, seeing as you only seem to release them in box sets that are, mind you, incredibly expensive.
Well, if this is my life's work pouring into these
Yeah,
pages.
but do you need quite so many DVDs of yourself explaining the book? I believe the last trilogy had 5 or 6 DVDs in the box set, and you cannot get the books without buying the DVDs.
Why would
as well.
you want to? You don't buy the DVD of a movie
I'm
and
just
then
saying.
ask for them not to include the director's commentary.
I'm just saying.
People want to hear me tell about these stories.
Okay. I mean,
They want to hear me
it's a
spin a
lot. I'm
yarn.
just saying it's a lot. But this person bought it,
I'm a teller of tales.
and this is a quote. This is from Amazon.com.
I've never met him.
A mixture of Tom Clancy, Stephen King, Daniel Steele, but dipped into a blender full of shit and then poured into a butt and shit out again. If Rick Scarlet were a dog, I would put it down Old Yeller style, but then chop up the body and launch it into the sun so it couldn't resurrect itself like 95% of the characters in his books. Luckily, he is so stale and wooden that it shouldn't take him long to burn up completely. I hate this man and everything he represents in the world of literature. He is a boil on the dick of fiction. I almost wish his stories were real because then the world would probably end and no one would have to hear from Rick Scarlet again. If he were a reality TV star, he would be Puck mixed with Dustin Diamond but with diseased balls. How do you feel about this?
I think that's a great idea. Dick Fiction is a great name for a character.
Okay.
And one of my favorite authors is Daniel Steele. He's one of the best authors around.
Right, yeah.
So I take that in the highest of regards.
Okay.
Thank you, Amazon.com. You're a gentleman.
Well, okay. No, that's some criticism. You seem to handle it pretty well. Do you usually handle your criticism well?
Always. I mean, you have to have a thick skin when you're in this industry, when you're in any sort of industry where you're putting your art on the line. I didn't necessarily hear anything negative in that review. A lot of interesting imagery that this Amazon.com fellow provided to us here. But nothing negative, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe some ideas for future stories.
Okay.
I don't go as graphic as a blender full of shit, but I mean, I could turn it into something else. A blender full of lost souls.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break and let the listeners digest that excerpt, and then maybe come back and get to another one.
Of course.
All right, so Rick Scarlet's going to stick around. He's going to read some more, and we're just going to go to a song, and we'll be right back in just a minute here, if I can get this to work.
Such a professional.
I'm a professional. Hang on.
Professional piece of trash.
All right, and we're back.
All right.
We're back with Rick Scarlet. Excuse me.
Okay, let's take it from the top.
No.
All right.
Excuse me. I got this, all right?
Well, maybe pronounce my name correctly.
We're back with Rick Scarlet.
Thank you.
On Dave's World.
Where's Dave anyway?
Dave is in the hospital.
You're Bruce.
No, I'm not Bruce.
Is the cat
My name is
Dave?
Justin. No, the cat's not Dave. Dave is in the hospital.
What'd you do to him?
I didn't do anything to him.
I could only assume you did something to him and then
Why
took
would
the
you
show.
assume that I did something to
I
him?
assume that you were jealous of his radio program. You assaulted him in the street and took it over. It's the only way I can imagine such a shoddy radio host has his own show.
We know what they say about assumptions.
That I'm usually right about them. Right? That's what the saying goes.
All right, let's get back to the interview.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's get back to talking about you. This seems to be what you enjoy.
Let's talk about me.
Tell me about your mother. Is it true that when you were a child, she would keep you locked in a closet and feed you nothing but ding-dongs and oatmeal?
That's not true.
That's what's been going around on the message boards.
Who a message board?
The Rick Scarlet message boards.
What Rick Scarlet message board?
On your website?
Whose website?
Your website.
What website?
You have a website.
What is it?
It's rickscarlet.org.
What is a website?
What is a website or what is the website?
What is a website?
Oh my god.
It's got God involved?
No.
Is my mother involved?
No, your mom's not involved.
Then how do they know about... I mean, why are they saying these things?
A website is... It's like Amazon.com.
What's Amazon? That man from before?
No, it's a website. That's where people buy your books.
Names are crazy nowadays. Amazon.com, website. There weren't these names when I was growing up.
All right. Well, speaking of you growing up, how is your relationship with your mother and your parents?
Well, if you would have taken the time to listen to any of my previous interviews where this topic came up, you would know that my father was not around as much as I would have hoped.
You're right. Next time I'll just direct the listeners to a podcast from 5 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I often say that my father took off as a child.
Okay.
As when I was a child.
Okay.
Not when he was a child.
How old was he when he had you?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't keep track of anything like
All right,
that. That's
all
not
right.
my business.
It
You don't ask another man how old he is.
is your business.
I know how old I am. And that's
How
all that
old are
matters.
you?
It's none of your business.
I'm just trying to get. You seem you're very defensive, and I'm just trying to get you to open up to our listeners.
I'm
to
opening.
whoever reads these books.
Like a beautiful flower, I'm opening.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay. Got all your answers, I guess.
This is a user submitted question.
Okay.
Well, a reader submitted question.
Well, reader, user, drug user, probably, if
Yeah.
it's submitting to your show.
Yeah, if they're reading your books.
No.
Do you think werewolves are real?
Oh my god, yes. There's no doubt about it. Why else would there be a full moon?
Okay.
It's terrifying. I often wonder if you can trick a werewolf.
In what way?
Like if you lock them into a room where they can't see the outside, but you make like a fake full moon and hang it outside of the window, and they see this fake full moon, will they turn into a werewolf all the time?
Uh-huh.
Is it just the sight of a full moon and they start scratching and itching and turn into the wolf man? Or is it more chemical? How can you trick
Wait,
a werewolf is what I want to know.
Are you asking me? I don't know.
Do you know?
No, I don't
I want to know.
No.
I was hoping I could get some answers to this question.
Well, so is Dinus Dungus 69.
Well, I believe in werewolves, Dungus. Fan of one of my books.
Is Dinus Dungus 69.
Dinah's Dungus.
Yeah.
Oh, double fan.
Yeah, she's a big fan.
Yes. Send me a photograph.
What?
What did she say?
What? I'm not online.
Send me a photograph.
No, this is...
What did she say?
Do you believe in God?
Oh my god, of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't? How could you not? With the full moon, and the sun, and the sand, and the water, and you and I.
Okay.
And if you believe in God, you must also believe in the devil.
True. Okay. Do you use any like satanic? Like, do you draw from any satanic imagery
I'm
in
not
your
much
books?
of an artist. I can't draw.
No, like, do you
I write. I don't draw. I'm not an illustrator.
do you write about Satan? Does Satan ever appear in your books? Is there anything
Satan?
Satan?
It comes up.
Okay. Do you usually go for like a religious thing? Like, have you ever done like a full book with like?
Maybe you should read some, and you would know.
I don't have time. To
There's
read your
religion
books.
sprinkled in everything. There's religion sprinkled in this now rock cold coffee that I'm drinking. There's religion in your podcast here. There's religion in my mobile phone.
Wait, where'd you get that coffee?
I found it outside. I don't know. I assumed you left it out there for me.
No, I've never seen that. That's not even our mug.
God, I have a habit of this. I pick up any mug I see and
Oh
start
my
drinking
God.
out of it.
There's a homeless man who hangs around outside
Oh
that
God,
mug.
is he a werewolf?
You know what? I don't know. I
Oh
can't
my
answer
God, I
that.
could be drinking wolf coffee.
That's not coffee.
Oh my God. I didn't think it tasted like coffee, but I didn't think you were competent enough to make a good cup of coffee, so I just assumed I would roll with it.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
How about we get to another entry
I'd love to.
or excerpt? What's the name of this book?
Another, as you remember, I was in Swan River, and the first book was titled Swan Shiver.
Okay.
Swan River, of course, surrounded by the Duck Mountains and Porcupine Hills.
Okay.
This next book is called Hills Demons.
Okay, so you say this is the second book, so I should read Swan Shivers
I'm just
first?
saying it's the second one I'm reading from.
Okay.
I'll read the excerpt and you make up your mind if you should read one first.
Okay.
How about
right,
that?
go ahead.
Smart guy.
Go ahead.
They say the hills surrounding Swan River have many lakes and twice as many eyes. It was the last weekend of July, and in the sweltering heat, those eyes were drying up. But that couldn't stop what was coming. What we all had waited for all year long. What we all knew had to happen, whether rain or shine. There was no stopping it. It was time for the Northwest Roundup and Exhibition.
Wait, what?
I'm reading!
Sorry.
Everybody came out for the parades and concerts, the dancing and schoolwork exhibitions, and I would be remiss if I failed to mention both the light and heavy horse shows. Yet on this day, I could barely pull myself out of bed. If I turned my head just right, I could see the river, bogs, and trees surrounding my cabin. They were all drying up. It felt like it had been years since we'd had any rain, and we were all feeling the brunt of it. I lay there, my gaze turning toward the beams of my ceiling and wondering how much of Farmer Leroy's bull rope I would need to string a body from the rafters, and just how long it would take before someone would find the body. On this day, I decided I could take no more. The night previous, I had made my plans. I had already stolen all of the rope I could find in Farmer Leroy's barn. The calf roping at the exhibition would be a total failure, just like me. As I swung the rope up and over the central beam, I knew this was the end. This coffee's drink is making me sweaty and hyper. That's not in the story.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
Homeless
I thought that was
drink.
part of the
I don't
story.
know. As I swung the rope up and over the central beam, I knew that this was the end. The only thing left to do was to recite the spell passed down to me from Sister Josephine to summon water to our fair town. That, and to tie the other end of this rope around my neck so I could provide the human sacrifice. I hoisted myself up to the beam and rope snugly strung around my neck. And then I spoke those fateful words. Choro canticum canter in via recta est aqua et terres. Qui vocat aquas in original verbes. Vide tali crossa lima. Aqua draco, aqua mutum ad me. Levibus, suavis filibus, daturum, me and mare, ut fiat semper. And I leapt. I swung from the beam, listening to it crack and creak. Or maybe that was my neck. It felt like everything was beginning to fade. And then I heard it. As if Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Son of David, King of the Jews himself, had turned on his ethereal faucet. That's when I saw it. Cascading down Porcupine Hill were waves ready to crash into the valley. As they grew larger and came closer, I saw something deeper within them. Eyes. Dozens, hundreds of pairs of eyes looking directly at me. Rising out of the wave, like demons from beyond the grave, were hundreds, nay thousands of swans. They had crafted tiny, sharpened boats.
Wait.
No! Don't interrupt me, this is the crescendo.
Okay.
They had crafted tiny, sharpened boats, and were coming to take back their land. They say the hills surrounding Swan River had many lakes and twice as many eyes. Tonight, those eyes were crying and squawking.
Wait. Okay. Whew. The swans. The swans again. Wait. You just read the same thing you just read before.
No.
The swans.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No. In the first story, they rose from the bog like demons from beyond the grave. Hundreds, nay thousands of them.
Okay.
And then this completely different story. They rose from a crashing wave, like demons from beyond the grave. Hundreds, nay thousands of them.
Okay, first of all, a crashing wave coming out of a bog. I don't really...
It's not... Okay,
Seems
did
like
you
there's a lot
listen to
of
the story?
bogs.
Did you listen to the story? The wave's coming down the hill.
Because you summoned it.
The wave
hanging
is
yourself.
coming down
The
Porcupine
character
Hill.
hanging itself. Okay.
I recited a water summoning spell and then offered the human sacrifice.
Okay.
And down came the wave from top
Okay.
of Porcupine Hill.
With
and were they
more
carrying
swans.
swans?
With the swans,
Of course, yes.
With the weapons, you...
No. Sharpened boats. They were in boats. They had crafted boats.
Right. It's completely different.
That's yes. In Swan Shiver, they have crafted weapons because they were going to take the land from me. But in Hill's Demons, they were bringing the water with which to replenish the land and river and bogs.
Right.
All while the Northwest Roundup and Exhibition were ready to go on.
So the Northwest Roundup and Exhibition's happening in both books, is what you're saying.
No. I've only mentioned this in Hill's Demons. It happens the last weekend every July.
Okay.
In Swan River, Manitoba.
What time... Okay, when does... You say they're in the same universe.
Yes.
When does the first book take place?
Read and find out. I don't want to spoil anything.
It seems like the climax of the first book is of that chapter anyways, very similar to...
This is just a small excerpt of the story. You have no idea what goes into the entire thing.
No, it's okay.
And these could be tens of thousands of years apart in this universe.
Okay. I'll give you that.
They're not. But they could be.
All right.
They're not.
But the swans. So the swans, both books seem to revolve around killer swans.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the name of the river is Swan River.
Right.
So I surmised whilst I was there that they would want to take it back. This is their river.
So are thousands of porcupines going to come down from Porcupine Hill and...
Oh, they could. They could.
All right, sit down.
No. I've thought about this. But the one thing that stops me from writing about porcupines coming to take back their hill, or ducks coming to take back their mountains, is that swans, of course, are inherently evil, born out of Lucifer's rib.
His rib?
Yes.
Okay.
If there's one thing I hate more than a chimp, it's a swan. And anything that I can do to lend to the negative image of swans in this world, I can do.
Okay. Thanks for reading that.
You're welcome.
What's the name of that book again?
That one is called Hill's Demons.
All right. Hill's Demons.
Yes.
When will that be out?
Oh, why would you need to know that?
So, I don't need to know it, but your readers might want to know it.
They know.
How?
They get the Rick Scarlet newsletter.
They could, let me just go to your website. I'll just find out from your website. They don't even know about, apparently.
What is this?
Your website.
I don't know.
It's not even on there.
I don't know what that is.
Why don't you give any kind of information?
Who?
You!
To what?
When are your books coming out?
When they come out. On their release dates.
What are the release dates?
The date that the book comes out, typically. Sometimes different dates in
different
different countries and regions.
I don't even care. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to get you to sell these books. First of all, you got 2 books. They're the same book. Second of all, Second of all, yes. Second of all, there are 2 books about killer swans, and they're clearly just like it's about you. You're the main character, which I think is just completely egotistical of you to write yourself into your own book.
You write what you know.
But you said that. Oh, all right. Anyway.
What? No, go on.
No, okay.
I want to hear your insight as a learned reader of books.
I'm just saying that the book's very similar, and some of the passages of some of the books are very similar to the things that I've heard before in other literature, which I'm not going to mention.
I would love you to mention it.
Third of all, you're not even telling us the release date for these books, which I'm assuming will be, again, another expensive, very expensive package.
Let me tell you what's going on here.
Yeah.
Swan
What do we got in this?
Shiver.
Okay.
Comes with 6 DVDs.
Oh my God.
3 compact discs. 2 cassette tapes.
Why?
Front and back.
What are even on the compact discs?
The compact discs are the audio version of the book.
Okay. Here's an idea. How about you release the book and then the audio version separately?
Oh, no.
What? But if they have your book, why are they going to want to listen to both of them? Why are they going to listen to it and read it?
What if you're driving? You can't read a book whilst driving.
No, you can't.
So
which is
you
why
read
you
the
would buy the
audiobook.
audiobook.
Yes, but if you buy the book, you get everything. Swan Shiver, 6 DVDs with my.
What's on the DVD?
Well, I read the book to
God.
the customer, the author.
That's so
fan.
expensive. What are you doing?
I'm sitting in my cabin in Swan River, Manitoba.
Do you know why you've been living in a cabin?
To get alone and to be inspired and to become the Rick Scarlet that I know that I can be.
No, because of all the people out there who actually even want to, I don't even know them, who would want to read your books. First of all, don't even know when they're coming out. Second of all, probably can't even afford them. And in the last interview, you're complaining about you have no money, and your wife took all of your money. You need it. Rick, I just want to speak to you candidly.
What are you, a financial advisor?
No, I'm just saying, maybe you should release just the book by itself. You're shooting too big here.
You're going to tell me that somebody doesn't want to buy Swan Shiver with this excerpt that I've read, which changes literature at its core.
Oh, well,
Somebody's not going to want to buy this with 6 DVDs, 3 discs, and 2 cassettes front and back for
cassettes too.
$89.95.
Oh my god. Somebody might do. I don't know. Somebody might.
That's a steal in any language.
Yeah, it's a steal, all right.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, we're
And Hill's Demons comes with the companion story.
What?
Which is another 250 pages of detail about this wave coming down the hill. Just detail.
It's just about the wave.
About the wave. Its peaks and valleys, its crescendos, its shape and color, its sound. 250 pages of that intricate description, along with 12 DVDs, 13 discs, 7 cassettes front and back, 2.5 VHS tapes, and a microwave oven. You're gonna have to carry all the stuff in something. $216. You can barely get a microwave for that much, let alone a microwave, a book, all the DVDs and tapes and CDs and discs and everything, and the companion book.
Well,
And you can't buy any of it by itself,
yeah, you can't, and
except for the microwave, I
you
guess.
don't even know when or where you would be able to get it anyway.
It's coming.
It's all right. Well, everybody listening, thanks for listening to this interview with Rick Scarlet. The books are coming out sometime, somewhere
This year.
Apparently get a microwave with it. And
Well, if you buy
100
Hill's
DVDs.
Demons, yeah. Not
Yeah.
100, don't, you're hyperbole here, but
all right. I think this is I think that about does it with Rick here. I'm gonna go to a song and then come back for a little bit, and then that'll be it. Rick, it's been
September 14th.
Is that the? Okay, September 14th is
Swan Shiver.
okay. All right, look for that September 14th of this year, 2015.
At your local Borders bookstore. Exclusively. Hill's Demons.
Yeah.
The last weekend of July to coincide with the Northwest Roundup and Exhibition.
Wait, that's a real thing?
Of course. It's a real thing in Swan River, Manitoba.
So you're gonna stay in Manitoba?
I love it. I've been there 7 years, and I love it.
Rick Scarlet, famed...
Available at all Radio Shacks. Exclusively at Radio
Wait,
Shack.
exclusively at... Okay, you said it was exclusively at Borders.
Yes.
Which I'm not even going to comment on. But now it's also available at Radio Shack?
Swan Shiver.
Oh.
Exclusively at Borders.
So you've got like a...
Hill's Demons because of the inclusion of the microwave.
Oh my...
Exclusively at Radio Shack.
So if one goes in to get a microwave, they get your book as well?
If they're looking for the best deal.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, thank you, but I don't need it from a clown like you.
All right. Well, we've been here with Rick Scarlett. We'll be right back. You're listening to Dave's World. Look for those books to come out soon. And this has been something.
And if anybody sees Dave or hears from him, let him know some ass clown has stolen his radio show and is doing a terrible job.
You're blowing your chance, you're slow at the start, showing your hand, you're falling.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. That was our interview with Rick Scarlett, and I think we're just about. Oh wait, I think Corey's.
Wait.
What's that?
Wait.
Oh no, I'm sorry. We're out of time.
The craziest thing just happened.
No, we're out of time.
I went to get the mug.
No, I'm sorry. No, we're out of time.
He kept yelling, I'm Dave, I'm
What?
Dave.
What? Wait, what did you say?
This man, this homeless man, with the he said he had the mug and the drink and whatever. I don't know what's happening right now. He kept saying, I'm Dave.
What?
I'm Dave.